good, I don't want to say good afternoon, might as well say good evening, because most of the day has left. How are you guys on a Friday? Yeah, I am here with you with some afternoon, early evening thoughts, or late day, whatever we want to call it. I'm feeling much better on a Friday. Been off a couple of days. I had to have a gastro esophageal manometry, however you say it, test, GI motility test. And it was quite interesting because I sometimes get these little stomach issues when I eat certain things. I think I may have some kind of gastric reflux thing going on. But anyway, they had to dig deeper and go all in here and observe and have me. They put this tube, long tube in me that went all the way down to my stomach. And when I tell you guys that I almost jumped off that table and told them, "Wait, hold up, I'm cool. Yeah, no, we don't need to do this." But then I got to thinking about I want to get whatever's going on fixed. So, and then after that, then they had to turn around and now, mind you, I'm wide awake because I had to be awake to drink the fluids that they wanted me to drink so they could watch how I swallow it and it goes down to my tummy and stuff like that. So I couldn't be asleep, but they had numbed all in there, all the way back. They numbed me. I could feel the pressure and things going on, which was very uncomfortable, but it took some of it away. So anyway, after that one was all done, and I thought I was going to be checking up out of here because I was just not feeling it. Then they had to put a smaller tube all the way in, coming all the way down, connect that to do this pH testing, 24-hour test to see if I had any reflux and stuff happening when I swallow my food and this and that from the stomach. And that had to stay in the whole 24 hours. And I had a little recorder attached to it that I had to keep on me. So each time I laid down, I had to push a button. Each time I ate, I had to push a button. Each time I drank, each time I burped, each time I had a reflux, each time whatever, I had to push a button. And I had to sleep with this thing, boy, and I don't even think I got much sleep last night because there's a wire coming from it that's taped on the side of your face going down, and I'm up there trying to make sure I don't, lay on top of something and mess something up. But it was an interesting night, interesting 2 days for me, you guys. But today I'm cool. Everything was taken off and pulled out. And get this, they told me that I could take it out myself, if I wanted to, and just bring the machine back. I say, are you serious? I'm not something, it ain't just right here in the nose, right here. You know what I'm saying? When we had to do the COVID swab, they at first when they was going back, they was kind of hitting something back here. But no, this goes back, curves down, goes down into your esophagus, all the way down to your stomach. Girl, bye. I'm not pulling nothing out. So anyway, had to go back and have them do that. I'm laughing now because all night I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. This is the most horrible experience. And I didn't like it. So I'm really hoping that it is something lightweight, that it is a little reflex thing going on. And it doesn't happen all the time when I eat, but sometimes when I eat, I just get this feeling. It's not cool. So we're going to see what's going on with that. But otherwise, how is your Friday? How was your 420? I know some of you guys went to San Francisco and all over the world probably was doing your thing with your and I haven't heard, but I hope it wasn't anything that went on that was, of a violent nature in the city and everything. I hope Golden Gate Park, everything went well and they were able to do their thing, their parade for 420. And other than that, I've been just trying to do a lot of, woosahing, and I've been getting my rest, and I just came out today because I needed to go and get the thing taken out. Number one, return the best friend recorder that I had to sleep with. Number two, and run by Tarjay. Number three. So I'm gonna be, after I sit here and sip on this refresher from Starbucks, then I'm gonna be heading to the house. So I hope you guys got something really nice planned for the weekend. If not, just try to find that inner peace, try to find that me time, try to find some moments with yourself to get into yourself. If you have a significant other, go ahead on and spend that quality time with one another. That's so, 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 so important, to be able to connect with one another, especially in this day and age where it's so much happening, and tomorrow is really not promised. It's just every day is a challenge to, even just go out and have a nice time. You never know what's going to get shot up, blew up, whatever. It's just so much going on. But we just stay prayerful and keep doing what you're doing. Now, I also wanted to talk about, don't give up with whatever it is. Keep pushing. Whatever it is that you are passionate about, your grind, your dreams, whatever it is you want to do, make a list. Make your list of to-dos. Make your list of want tos. Make your list of got tos. However you want to word it. But make your list of to dos. And as you are doing them or did them, check off, write down next to them the status. Either it's finished, it's half complete, or whatever. Don't let it just sit there. And the reason why I say write it out and put it in a little, a to-do format is because we can sit up all day long and talk about what we want to do, what we're going to do, and if we could do, right? And you just talk about it, and you just, you throw it out there, and then it gets lost in the wash sometime because there's so many other things going on in life that you began to focus on that you forget about it. A ball may drop, and you be like, oh, you run across these papers later, and it's like, oh man, yeah, I was supposed to do that, but I forgot because I got caught up in this. So you make yourself these visual. Some people have the little boards that they write them on, put them right there in sight somewhere on their wall in the room and in the kitchen, wherever. Some have their little to-do list. I usually carry a list like this with my to-dos. It says for today, I write the date, and it has me what are my top priorities, what I'm going to do for tomorrow, and don't forget to do, and make little notes. And so this has been really good for me, along with my actual planner that I carry, which is like my everything, because I write everything in here every day. This is my planner of life, I tell you. So I don't forget about appointments. I can't, because I keep everything. When I'm in the moment of a thought, I write it down. If I'm in the middle of trying to write a song, a poem, or whatever, I write down, even if it's just 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words, I write it down, because you'll have something popping in your head for a minute, and then 3 hours later, it was like, what was that? And I ain't having a senior moment, y'all. I'm just saying, we get caught up in the phrase because that's just how life is. So those are just things I want to share with you. And, keep your grind on. Whatever it is that you're passionate about, that you want to do, somebody that you want to woo, whatever, get going. Start. Have a plan. Make it happen. Just because you're taking little baby steps don't mean you're not going to get there. You're going to get there if you stay consistent and keep on working towards what you're trying to do. What's all this here, y'all? Oh, that's my little stuff coming out of my binder. My visor. I'll tell you. But anyway, yeah. So keep your eye on the prize, on the vision. Take little steps to do that. I was talking to somebody about, putting it in our mindset and in our children's mindset about entrepreneurship, having your own, doing your own, things of that nature, and teaching them young so they can start planting their seeds and making stuff happen. And I'm totally, totally for that. And the thing I brought up personally is, um, also teach them to be responsible and to be able to get some type of work ethics behind them so that they can take care of themselves while they are still building and working towards that entrepreneurship goal. For some of us, it happens overnight. For some of us, it takes 5 years, some more. Some are at a mature age and stage in their life and they're just now getting to that point. So, but we didn't have the tools that we have now. Back then some people didn't even have the push from those that mattered to push them in that direction. It was always about just get a job, any kind of job, just get a job, and shit, if you stay there forever, that's what it is. It was no push about educating yourself and encompassing yourself around people who are on the go and in the know and on the do. Looking into entrepreneurship, digging into learning and growing with new things that can help build upon your business focus so that you don't have to work for corporate America forever. Okay? Corporate America should only be a stair step. It should be somewhere that you plant and that's paying the bills for the now while you're building. Just because you got a 9 to 5, don't stop building. I know it's complicated when you have responsibilities, you have kids, you have a marriage, you have a full-time job. Some of us work 10, 12 hours a day and then you don't have nothing but a little, but you got to keep your grind going. If you've given corporate America 8 hours, you got to give back to yourself 8 hours. If you don't do it all in the same day, you may have to do it on your days off. You may have to do 2 hours a day during the week, and then on your days off, giving eight hours of just your mad hustle and your focus. It's not much time to rest, really, when you're on a mission to grow and develop your own. So keep your eye on the prize. Keep your grind alive. You can be whatever you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do. And with the way technology is now, especially for our younger generation growing up, it's going to be a lot of technology stuff developing. And where, I was even talking to this person about, they're going to be doing away with a lot of people in these job seats because we're going to have other ways to do the jobs that don't need people there. So you may have that little clerk job right now and they got you doing boom, boom, boom. They may not need you in about 15 years doing that. They're going to have, it's going to all be worked out a whole different kind of way through the system. So, you got to be ready. You got to stay ready. And if you have someone that you are with that you trust and that you can build with and develop things with, a mate, a life partner, or what have you, that believe in your mission and you believe in theirs, work together. Work together. I can't say it enough. There's some people who they get with people in these relationships that don't even believe in what they trying to do. They don't even want to be a part of it. When they start talking about their dreams and goals, they're like, oh, okay. I'll wait. And they had that attitude in the beginning. And you see the attitude, but you end up telling yourself, well, that's all right, that's good. I'm still going to do what I got to do. But you just don't have that support that you need to have with someone that you are solid with, supposedly. Because if someone is solid with you, and that is your mate, and that is your person that is complimenting your drive and and your push and your goals, and you doing the same, you gonna feel that. They gonna be there for you. They gonna be there through your ups and your downs. They gonna be there helping you build. They gonna be there through your crying and your frowns and your joy and your pain. They gonna be there for you. And you gotta be there for them. Because that's their passion. That could blow up and happen into some kind of way that will be y'all's passion eventually, right? And you have to be on the same scope and plane as they are with you. It takes two. It takes a solid team. A relationship, a marriage particularly so, is a solid, united team that you both bring together and work together upon building. If you're in a relationship, you should start to see the development of those qualities happening with the union of you guys in that relationship that can help you have a wonderful marriage or union together if you both are going in the same direction. If someone is envious of what you're trying to do or want to do, it's going to show. They may be envious, they may be jealous, they may wish that they could have done some things they wanted to do in life, and for whatever reason, they just feel like they can't now. I don't even like that word can't. I don't even like to use it in my vocabulary. I'm just using it right now to make a point. But they don't feel like they can't. They feel like they can't now. So therefore, they're looking at you and admiring what you're doing, but at the same time, they're jealous of it. But this is who you're with. This is who you chose. This is your partner. This is the person that you think is in your corner. These are the things and the red flags you need to look out for in the beginning, because you will find yourself on your grind solo, but you are in a relationship with someone. Now, it's different if you on your own. You ain't in a relationship. It's just you. You on your mad focus, and that's all you got to think about. It's just you and what you doing. But when you're with someone, you got to always consider them as well. But then when they're not with you, with what you're trying to do and build, there's always throwing some kind of jab, some kind of negative comment, some type of boy bye or girl bye. That ain't gonna happen. You ain't gonna never be able to do that. You need to take care of this house and these kids. That's what you need to be focusing in on, because you don't need to be out there trying to do, well, you want to do what? No, you should have did that when you were younger. You see what I'm saying? Or babe, no, why are we gonna put money into all that? You want a little business? You trying to do what? Okay, so we got bills to pay. We got the mortgage. We got these kids. We got John Boy getting ready to go to college. We got to take care of stuff here. So we need that money. So I can't sit up having you take money out of the pot to build upon a dream that may or may not turn into something, and we got to do without. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm not trying to say there's no validity in some of the things that's said, but you can always work together to make it happen on both sides of the scope. Still allow them to pursue, still make sure things is taken care of. It may take a little longer for things to happen that they're trying to do, or you may have to streamline some of the things, some of your wants and desires that you're trying to take away from them doing what they have to do. Pay attention to the red flags early on. Pay attention to the weights early on. Because when you are with someone, you need someone that can be with you solid, and that can be with you to help you in your growth and your focus of what you're trying to do. I hear it often enough where there's been people who've come to me and say, when we first got together, they was all into me and things I wanted to do. I wanted to go back to school. I wanted to have my own, psychology business. I wanted to do they was all for it. And then as time went on, they didn't even want to. They was like, we can't do that right now. You're going to have to wait. And they started hating on what, and so I fell back from doing it, and I became very bitter in that relationship. This is what the person was saying. I became very bitter in that relationship, and then guess what? We eventually ended up breaking up. About 15 years had went by, and I hadn't did nothing that I had dreamt of doing, and it was because of them. So I resented them. And then I had to pick up and refocus and try to get back on track to do these things. But now I have kids and I have responsibilities that I'm taking care of solely by myself. So it's a lot harder than it was when we first got together and we didn't have no children. So don't allow one to rob you of your dreams, your focus, your drive, your desires. Get with somebody that's going to be on your team, that is going to be walking your walk and you walking their walk and talking each other's talk. That's what you need to focus on when you are together. Or some just decide that, okay, I ain't going to be in no relationship until I get to where I'm going with my business. And then they run into a few situations because then they get attached to certain people emotionally and they don't want to make it a relationship status, and then that person is feeling some kind of way because, oh, I'm not good enough for you to be in a relationship with me. So you're gonna get yourself together and get to that point, then you ain't gonna have nothing to do with me, right? So that's the plan, huh? And that becomes a whole nother topic in itself, because depending on what that person is dealing with, insecurities or abandonment issues or whatever, or trust issues, they're going to feel like you just trying to use them as a step stool to get to where you're going, and to have that person that you can clap with when you need to, or be around the opposite sex, and spend some time when you want to, and nothing else. And then when you get it together, you gone. Wow. So some people feel that way, and that's why they don't want to be strung on like that when you're in the middle of trying to get it together. So sometimes it's best just to focus on you. Just say, hey, I just can't. I'm just gonna do me. I can't do all that. I can't give nothing right now. Or you have to be able to balance. You want their support, you got to give them your support. And that's the way it really should be when you're talking about a couple, a unit type of thing. And I know that sometimes that can be difficult especially when you're at a point where you're so driven. You're so driven and focused on what you're trying to do that you unintentionally disregard the other person. Because it's not that you don't love them or that you don't care about what's happening with them. You're just so driven in your zone. I think we all have gotten to a point in our lives, or will embark upon a point where you're going to be so driven and focused on something that you're not going to have the time or energy to really focus on somebody. And it's not that you're bringing this to them out of concern of how you're feeling. It's how you bring it. Some people do nag when it only takes maturely talking about it at the right time. You can't bring up something that is that important to you at a time when there's a whole lot of other things going on for that person. They may be in the middle of studying. They may be in the middle of researching some stuff. They may be at work. They may be too tired to really take anything else in. They may have had a bad day. You have to gauge, and you should know your partner enough to know when, roadblock, this is not a good time. So if you push beyond the roadblock and you keep on trying to, That's going to blow up and shut a person down to the point where they ain't even hearing and don't want to hear what you got to say. You just hear in their ear. Nothing makes sense. They don't want to deal with it. And nothing gets worked out. Nothing gets dealt with. Nothing gets nothing gets focused on at all when you do it like that. So you have to find the right time, men or women. You got to find the right time to present your concerns about a person being so driven that they forget about you. You know, they don't have room for you. They don't have time for you. Because it's a way that you can be driven and still incorporate or put that person in the midst of helping you do what you got to do, being a part of it, and so you still spending some time. You know, it may be some little lightweight stuff you can have them do for you that will help you get there faster. You know, maybe they're good with bookkeeping. Maybe they're good with writing. Maybe they're good with coming up with a plan. Maybe they're good with drawing, you know, talking, making calls, whatever it is. But they can help you with your situation, and you both are building towards something greater. But again, I say, keep that drive, keep that focus. Don't give up. Keep doing what you got to do. If you got obstacles in the way of anything that you're trying to accomplish, whether it's building a new relationship with somebody, wanting to marry somebody, building your business, furthering your educational goal, going into a whole different career status. Maybe now you want to be a therapist, you want to be a counselor, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a nurse, whatever it is, it's never too late. There's no age limit on none of that. So do you, and find the right person to do it with. This is your hostess with the mostest, Donna Smith, aka Lady D, with some afternoon thoughts on a Friday. I want you guys to be so careful out here in these streets. It looks like we're going to have a decent weekend. So if you have plans, please enjoy yourself and remember to love one another, and most importantly, love you. I'll see y'all later. Have a great day.